I'm Boo Sheppard. I'm with the writer Chandler Brett, the author of the new book, Wolf Code, A Sheltering Wilderness. Fascinating book. Chandler, tell us a little bit about the process, how you came to write this intriguing tale.
I appreciate that. It was a long journey.
Mm-hmm.
I have often been involved with books and writing since I was little. But life circumstances lined up about 3 years ago so that I could dive in full time into creative writing. I had been developing ideas over the years. I had taught a course where I had assigned a short story to my students, and at that time I thought, well, I should probably try this out and submit a short story to them as well. And so I had already been looking for ideas, and I had attended a writing workshop that Orson Scott Card had done in 2006, and he had introduced us to ways to pull out ideas for full-length treatment in novels. And at that time, some ideas were percolating, but it was at the point where I could now devote full time that these ideas started to blossom. And I had an image that came to me, and C.S. Lewis spoke about this with his Chronicles of Narnia. It began for him with a lamppost and a fawn, and that scene that stands out to many of us of Lucy meeting Mr. Tumnus. I had an image like that for the start of this series, but it was the ending. And I can't tell you what the image is because I would be spoiling a number of things.
Right, you certainly would.
So what you see in front of you is backstory that will lead up to this ending.
Now, I read that you like science fiction, you like fantasy, you obviously like the outdoors. And I think it's so interesting how you have blended all of those passions of yours into this book. Did you immediately know that this was, you wanted to use all of your interest and put them in this book?
My wife and I are animal people. We love animals. We have cats and dogs in our house. But I've also had a pet parrot, and I've been drawn to animals for a long time. I actually started thinking about this idea about cats versus dogs. A story that put the two at odds with one another. And we've seen that done before, not in very good ways, but I wanted to try to pull that out. And of course, Call of the Wild was influential in my youth. Watership Down was also very instrumental. I wanted a story that emphasized animals. But I know that a number of readers immediately cut off that genre entirely once you say, well, the central character is going to be an animal.
Right.
And I thought, okay, well, how can I win those people over? And so I thought, okay, well, that means the animal fantasy part can only be part of the story.
Right.
And then there's also a twist that makes this not typical animal fantasy, but I can't give that away because that comes up later.